Hey guys, it's Caitlin with Crystal Cinnamon Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, welcome. This is a very inclusive space intended for the most healing messages for you guys that need them. With that being said, if the message does not resonate, then it was not meant for you. This is a general reading, so just keep that in mind. When I do my readings, also, I refer to the masculine as he and the feminine as she. It's just to differentiate it for myself when doing the reading, because I'm getting so many messages coming through at once that it kind of is just easier for me to differentiate it for that way. But given masculine energies and feminine energies are gender neutral, so take what resonates with you guys. So, I think that was kind of the majority of what I wanted to say. I still am toying with the idea of doing Vimeo videos, so these would be extended videos of my readings. So after I do like this reading of the masculine and feminine's headspace, heart space, and 3D energies, and getting a couple oracle cards for the union energies, I would then do another video on Vimeo to continue that if it really resonates with you, you know, and you wanted to get an extended reading on that. And so I was toying with the idea of that. Please let me know if you guys would be interested in that, because that would, for me, that would be the step into the way for me to start doing personal readings and everything. Just with my schedule right now, doing personal readings doesn't really fit into my schedule. So it'd be more, since I already sit down and do these readings, just extending them there, and then going from there is kind of just, you know, helping me to get my feet wet that way, so I can start incorporating this more in, you know, my mission work this into my, you know, my everyday life, because I got a life. And speaking of, yesterday was the 11/11 portal. How did everybody survive that? That was intense. Oh man, like all yesterday, you guys, like there was so much energetic cosmic work going on yesterday during that portal. It was palpable. Like it was ridiculous how many like synchronicities I was getting yesterday. And my synchronicities that I was catching on is that I noticed a lot of numerical synchronicities. So like on the clock, if it adds up, you know, to 11s, or if it's like 1 2 3 4, or 11:55 or 11:33, or like, you know, like that, synchronicities like that, or like 1:11. So I was catching a lot of like 11:11s. I was mainly when I was like looking at the clock, it would always add up to an 11. Like always add up to an 11. And if it wasn't an 11, it was a 10. So 10s and 11s, I was seeing a lot yesterday during the portal. Like it was intense. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. I was like, okay, I get it. There's a lot of, you know, new beginnings that are happening with the 11/11s. There's a lot of new wholeness that's coming into the collective. You know, there's a lot more, like this is very significant of, you know, what's going on, because it was a twin flame portal. And so yesterday I definitely noticed with my flame and I, with my twin and I, that it was ridiculously like comical, like the things that kind of happens to get us to actually communicate, because we both work together, and it was like out of control, like even like accidental like bumping into each other. Like it was ridiculous, and I was caught off guard. So it's not like I was even trying to, you know, bump into him. It was just like we were both just like, oh crap, like I opened a door, like I actually almost hit him yesterday with the door because I opened it and he was right there, and I was just like, oh my god. And we were both just like, we had this moment of like staring at each other like, oh okay, I don't know. It was like, it's small things like that that were like happening yesterday, you know, like, and I don't know, like, let me know if you guys are experiencing it too. Like what was going on with you and your twins. Maybe some of you guys, maybe had some communication happen, you know, something happened yesterday. It was very, very powerful, especially for the twin flame connective, like what was going on in my experience and what I know is probably going on with your guys' experience. Like, holy crap. It's like, it's very, at least to me as like a reader and being very in touch with my spirits and the signs they give me, and especially with synchronicity, like noticing all that stuff was just like, okay, I get it, you know, like the 10s and the 11s, you know, the 10s and the 1s. It was very, very important. And so that's why, like, I also felt drawn to do this reading. And I just looked at the clock and it says 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I started this reading, I looked at the clock and it said 12:26. And 12:26 is actually my birthday, December 26th. And that adds up to an 11 also. So that's when I started, you know, this reading, and now it says 1, 2, 3, 4. So spirit is definitely with us right now, very much telling me to get going on this reading, because, you know, guys, like I feel like things are moving forward. Like that's what I'm feeling basically, is from all the 10s, all the 11s, all the synchronicities. It's like things are moving forward, especially just seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like an acceleration to me. You know, that's like spirit going 1, 2, 3, 4, like it's taking off. And it's like, that's kind of what I've been feeling coming from this collective, feeling energetically from spirit, feeling, you know, getting signs from my guides, and like feeling within my own connection. That's like, it's like, this is a very major turning point for us. So I've had, my Divine Masculine deck, which I use, the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. I had it charging with the amethyst crystal. Oh, crap. And the feminine deck, this is the Tarot del Nuit. I had it charging with my rose quartz crystal. I'll be using this for the feminine energies, and then we're going to start with the masculine energies as usual. So let's look into the masculine's headspace. Spirit, 3 cards, please, for the Divine Masculine's headspace. And also when I started, when I was doing my meditation beforehand, and I was cleansing with my sage, cleansing the cards, cleansing myself, cleansing my chakras, it started raining outside. But like, it was, and like, this is Florida, so like, it's not even raining anymore. And that's been like, you know, within 10 minutes or whatever, 10-20 minutes. And, it's already stopped raining, but it was like, this is one of the things that I really love, is that sometimes we just get like random showers that aren't thunderstorms, and those are the ones that I like. I like the thunder ones, but like when it's just the sound of the rain falling outside, it's so calming. And like right now, I just feel this sense of peace, like looking out the window right now, to like the rain dripping off the plants outside. Like, it's absolutely calming and peaceful. And like, that's what I feel like the sense is right now, is that there's peace. Like the last reading I did for the collective was so heavy. Like it was intense emotion, but right now, like I'm feeling this peace after this portal. And that's what it is that before the portal is when I recorded that. So Saturday, and this is Monday following. And that's what I'm feeling really, is just this sense of peace, you know, of just like things are going fine. All right. Spirit, 3 cards, please, for the Divine Masculine's headspace. But it's like also with the water, you know, the rain happening at that moment, it's like it was cleansing, you know, like it was cleansing this reading, like it was cleansing the relationships that are going on right now. Like it feels almost like a renewal of like relationships being able to happen. We have karma. What did I say about cycles? In his head, Divine Masculine's going through, he's ending a lot of karmic cycles. He is knowing that this is for the better of himself. And here we have it. We have the Wheel of the Year, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Knight of Swords, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Air energy. I'm going to center that. In his head. Damn. Because karma is also the judgment card in the traditional Rider-Waite deck. In this deck, it is represented as karma because it is a more pagan-based deck. And it's really just talking about the divine masculine knows that something happened. Like, oh man, you guys, you don't understand. Like, yesterday, the energy is going on. The fact that the masculine is feeling this, like, it's confirming to me that, like, I was, you know, I'm a feminine. So, like, I feel for the feminine collective. And there's been so much just, like, synchronicity that's, like, the masculine knows. Like, this is literally what's saying, though, is that, the masculine knows. This is confirming the masculine knows that, you know, the cycles are ending. A new cycle is beginning. This new beginning is coming, and he is ready. Like, in his headspace with the Knight of Swords, he is ready to take it on. He's ready to go into, you know, another cycle. He's ready to start this new cycle. Like, he's gung-ho. He's excited, you know, but he's also, like, I'm really picking up that it's a lot, like, the air energy in itself of being very logical, being very practical about it. He's not, like, and especially because it's in his headspace, you know, swords are your mind. Ooh, I just hit the table. He's literally, like, in his headspace being logical. He's like, I am logically ready about it. Like, he's thought about this. He's prepared. He has mentally prepared himself for this. And it's kind of just reaffirming with me with karma and the Wheel of Fortune, you know, that with all the 10s that I was seeing yesterday also, and the 11s, like, with the synchronicity going on, these cycles are ending. You know, new cycles are beginning. This is the time for it. And I feel like yesterday was such a big turning point for the collective, you know, for the first wavers, for the second wavers, for the third wavers. It's different for everybody. Personally, I feel like I'm in the first wave, so very close to, you know, union and everything. But this is literally like, holy shit. I'm like, he's ready. All right, let's look at the divine masculine's heart space. Like, he knows, like, in his head, and I really want to see what's in his heart. The masculines are really, really ready for this. They have prepared for this. Spirit, 3 cards, please, for the divine masculine's heart space. Spirit, 3 cards, please, for the divine masculine's heart space. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the Sun, which is also Leo energy, and we have the Knight of Wands, which is also Leo's, Aries, Sagittarius energy, fire. I love that. Wow. Wow. Masculines. Oh, man. Wow. In the masculine's heart space. Oh, shit. I'm not doing the bottom of the decks. Like, I don't feel drawn to do the bottom of the decks for this reading because I feel like this is enough information that's coming through right now. Like, oh my God. In his heart, he's found the balance. He's found the balance. He's ready. His feet are firmly planted. This is him, like, in his heart. Like, he knows. He's found the... Like, last reading that I did right before, the 2 days ago, right before that, he was still struggling a little bit. He was still struggling to kind of figure out kind of how, you know, how to work with it still. Like, he was still going through that karma, you know, he was still in his mind about the karma, like, and working through it in his head and his heart. And in his head now, he's realized that it's coming to an end. It's a new beginning for him, and he knows it, and he's going for it. He's accepted it. He's basically like, to me, it's like as a knight, he's not the king. He's not in charge of it. He's the knight. He's listening to spirit. He's listening to his guides. He's listening to his intuition, and that's what's guiding him. He's being given these commands, basically. He's being given these orders, and as the knight, he's like, yes, I will fulfill them. Like, I am listening, I will, like, I obey, I surrender, basically. It feels like he's surrendering in his head and his heart because you have the Knight of Wands right under him. And the wands are about passion, the wands are about fire, the wands right next to the sun. It's all about just absolute just passion, fire. He's feeling it in his heart. He knows that he has this fire in his heart and in his head. He knows that it's the right decision. Like, his head and his heart are very much aligned. They have different motivations behind them, but they're very aligned. Oh, man, this is just like a really beautiful read. Holy shit. And like I said, if this is not resonating for you, if you're like, I don't believe this with him, like I don't, you know, and you're feminine, like if you're feminine watching for the masculine and you're like, this isn't my masculine, they ain't doing this, like, then it's not for you. And maybe that this part of the reading just isn't for you. And you need to go to the feminine side of the reading instead, and just skip ahead to that. If you're not resonating with your masculine space right now, but you're still drawn to this video, just skip ahead to the feminine space, because I know this is for this is really for the first wavers. Like, this is the people on the edge of union, and it's really it can be very triggering to those of you that really are struggling still in your connection. So really, if you're not resonating with this, go to the feminine side, you know, go watch the feminine reading, and see how that is for you. And same thing applies there, you know, basically just if it doesn't apply, let it fly, move on to the next video, because we don't need people being, you know, triggered because of this, because I know a lot of feminines and masculines have gone through so much shit, and, you know, if they're like, you know, their masculine's like this, but the feminine's not thinking about that, then I don't want to like have you guys in that position. So moving on to this 3D space for the masculine. No, too many, Spirit. 3 cards, please, Spirit, for the masculines. 3D space. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Page of Cups. Last week in his 3D, we had the Page of Pentacles in his 3D. He was the King of Wands in his 3D, and he was the Page of Pentacles in his 3D. And now he's in his 3D, the Page of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles is showing up. One more card, please, Spirit, for the Divine Masculine's 3D. Thank you. The 3 of Cups. And what I'm getting from this is that in his 3D, like, the underlying energy... Oh, I actually looked at the bottom of the deck this time, and basically he has the Ace of Wands in his bottom of the deck, and I feel like this really... Man, we basically have 2 cards here, Karma and the Wheel, about cycles completing and ending, and the new cycles beginning, you know, this new phase in life. And then we have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles here. You know, we have 2 about cycles completing. We have 2 about new beginnings. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. And it's really just something steady. And like in his 3D, the fact that it's the Ace of Pentacles is that he wants something very steady. He's going to offer something very steady. It's coming in his way. He knows it. Like as a Page of Cups, he's still like... He's figuring out how to be, kind of, I feel like he's trying to figure out how to be vulnerable still in a 3D outwardly. So maybe that held you guys back in the past, was that maybe he wasn't vulnerable. He had a very hard time expressing how he felt, you know, because he did identify himself last week as the King of Wands. And so... You know, King of Wands isn't exactly a very emotional person. He's kind of more like... In that reading, he was more of like... The cool friend. You know? Was kind of just like, kind of a bit of macho. Really. He still had enough of an ego that he wasn't very in touch with his emotions that much. But what I'm getting right here is that he's now... kind of becoming a page. You know, he's starting to become a page in the cups. You know, to get the 3 of Cups, like he's starting with the Page of Cups. Because the 3 of Cups, he wants that union. I really feel like in his 3D, the fact that you have the 3 of Cups, it's the union, and this is the This is like the Trinity. This is the divine masculine and feminine and spirit, you know, God, if you will, that is overseeing this connection. And it's just like, this is what he's planning for in his 3D. This is what he's going for in his 3D. But right now he's still in the page in his 3D. He's not a knight in the 3D. He's a knight in his head and his heart, but he's not a knight in the 3D. He's a page in the 3D. You know, give him some time still. But he's definitely working on it. Like, he's working on it with his Ace of Pentacles. He's working on it in 3D, the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. Right above that, he's found this balance from this karma. The karma that he was working through, he's found the balance, and it's causing him to let himself have this new beginning. He's letting himself have this new beginning of just something sturdy and stable and tactile. Like, that's what I'm really feeling, is like something tactile, you know, something real. And it's going to happen. It's really going to happen for him. I really feel that he's very determined. But when it came to like it was like the headspace and heart space is very like, whoo, gung-ho with that swords energy. You know, with, not swords, the knight energy in both of them. It's very gung-ho. And so it was like, for him to come in his 3D as the page felt like very calming to the overall energy. Like, it just evened it out. You know, it evened out his energy. So it's not like, you know, he's going to come out at you like the knight, you know, because he's still a page in a 3D. And so it's like, it very much softened his overall energy. And that's honestly where like that sense of peace is at. Is that like the page has helped soften it. The Page of Cups has helped soften him. You know, it's very beautiful. Very beautiful. I love it, masculines. Way to go. Really, way to go. All right, we're going to go to the Divine Feminine now. All right. Divine Feminine Spirit, please. 3 cards to Divine Feminine's headspace, please. 3 cards, please, Spirit, for the Divine Feminine's headspace. Okay, I'll take it. 4 of Cups. And Temperance. Aquarius energy. Oh, wait, no. Sagittarius. That's Temperance. Aquarius is a star. 1 more, please, Spirit. For the Divine Feminine's headspace. 1 more, please, Spirit. Thank you. We have the Ace of Wands in her headspace. He had it on the bottom of his deck for his entire reading, for like his overall energy. He had the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is in her headspace. Temperance, Sagittarius, fire energy with the 4 of Cups. So in the Divine Feminine's headspace, I don't know why I'm shuffling right now. I feel like I need another card if I'm shuffling. I feel like Spirit wants me to get another card. So 1 more, please. No, and I'll continue. 1 more, please, Spirit. Divine Masculine. For the Divine Feminine's headspace. 1 more, Spirit. Thank you. We have the Magician. In her head, she manifested this. That's why, you know, I need another card. She manifested this, the Magician, in her headspace. She consciously manifested this within her masculine. That's exactly what it's telling me. She consciously manifested this within her masculine. And with the Ace of Wands right next to the Magician, it's like, it's really like she grabbed that new beginning, that passion, and was like, no, this is what we're going to use as our drive forward. You know, in the original Rider-Waite deck, there is all 4 of the suits, the wands, the swords, the cups, and the pentacles on the Magician's table, and it's like, it's meant to mean that the Magician holds the power of all 4 of the suits. all of the fire energy, all of the earth energy, all of the air energy, all of the water energy, you know, that power, that the magician has it. And that's why the magician can manifest so well. And that's what I'm really feeling, is that as the feminine really consciously decided to follow her passion when it came, like consciously she followed her passion. She followed what felt right. And what felt right was that Ace of Wands, that new beginning, that powerful new beginning, that passionate ignition of a new start. And with Temperance in her headspace, like that, and the Four of Cups, it's like with this Four of Cups, mentally she's taking a little bit of a break. She's not letting herself get too much within her motion and within this manifestation, because this is exhausting. Like manifestation and everything, like it's exhausting to like keep this high vibrational, you know, energy of tempering what you want, the right and the wrong, what's the right amount, you know, kind of like using the energy of the magician and Temperance, you know, what's right, what's the right balance of everything that I want in life, you know, of what I want to create with this wand, you know, with my wand, wielding my wand, what do I want to create? You know, what's the right balance for me? And with the Four of Cups, it's kind of like she's taking a little bit of a nap, almost. It's like mentally she's like, okay, after yesterday, really, what I'm getting is that, like, because Saturday she was not exactly in the best places, mainly in her heart space. But right now in her head space, it's kind of saying that she's mentally conscious about, like, what she's created, you know, of what's coming to her with the Ace of Wands. And she's kind of taken like a little bit of Four of Cups in this energy of just like, all right, I need to step back. I kind of need to, like, really, because it's the Four of Cups and not the Four of Swords. With the Four of Swords, it's stepping back and healing for yourself. But with the Cups here, I feel like it's the same energy, but it's more for her emotional self. So it's kind of like she's taking a step back to heal her heart. Like Saturday, when I did the reading before the portal, it was, you know, she was very much in her heart. She had a lot in her heart to work on, to work through the illusions that she had to work through. And in her headspace, she's kind of like, all right, I do need to consciously, like, take care of this. And so she's really taking care of herself in that way. And that's why she's kind of taking a break a little bit mentally from being the magician. All right. 3 for the heart space, please, Spirit of the Divine Feminine. 3 cards, please, Spirit, for the Divine Feminine's heart space. Please, Spirit. 3 cards for Divine Feminine's heart space. Six of Wands. 2 more cards, please, Spirit, for Divine Feminine's heart space. 2 more cards, please. Thank you. 3. Okay, I'll take them. 3 of Wands. The Tower. And Judgment. It showed it. This is in her heart space. Judgment, karma. That's the masculine's head space. There's a lot of mirroring going on with you guys. There's a lot of mirroring going on. And in her heart space, she's really gone through, she's worked through that stuff. Wow. And you know, like this reading is also timeless. So, you know, just because I'm mentioning that it was between the portal and everything, it's kind of just the progression that I've noticed in the current world right now. But the reading itself is still timeless. But anyway, like the stuff that she had before, she's worked through, like the Tower energy in her heart space, I am feeling was working through the illusions, really. Is like seeing the truth to me. Like this and Judgment, I feel like they go together. The Tower and Judgment is seeing the truth. It's seeing the light. she saw the light. Whatever happened, she saw the light. Something happened. And it was significant that she was like, holy shit. You know? Like, he had it in his headspace. He's got it in his headspace, but she's got it in her heart space. Like, in her heart, it was just like, whew. That's why I feel like the masculine's very much in his headspace, but the feminine's very much in her heart space. That's kind of where they're both operating at. When it comes to their decisions and their actions in the 3D, it feels. You know, that the feminine's listening to their hearts, and I feel like the masculines are still listening to their heads. But their hearts are still on alignment, though. Their hearts are still on alignment. They're still on the right path. You know, they're still on a good path, basically. You know, don't miscount their heart space. Their heart space and Divine Feminine's mind space are just as valid. But yeah, in her heart, you know, she is really gone into this 3 of Wands energy of stepping back and evaluating what's done, like what she's given out and what she's receiving. She's kind of just like evaluating what's going on in her life. And in the heart, she's had victory over it. It's really is that like there is this light of just like this moment of her seeing the light in her heart. And she was just like, I'm going to evaluate it. I know my truth. I'm sticking to my truth. And, you know, the tower came, but she was ready for the tower, and she's come out victorious. That's really what that says. Man, good jobs, feminine. And, you know, the feminines are definitely feeling a lot since like 4 cards came out for both the mind and the head. I mean, the mind and the heart. You know what I mean? 3, please, Spirit, for the Divine Feminines. 3D space. 3, please, Spirit, for Divine Feminines. 3D space. 1. 3, please, Spirit, for Divine Feminines. 3D space. 3, please. Spirit, for the Divine Feminines. 3D space. It's raining outside again. Cleansing. We have the 8 of Swords and we have the Page of Swords. So, in her 3D space, she is still holding herself back. One more, please, Spirit, for the Divine Feminine's 3D space. She's still holding herself back in the 3D with the 8 of Swords. She's working on it all really under the radar with the Page of Swords. You know, it talks about like spying. So to me, it's not like spying like on social media or anything. I feel it's more, thank you, Spirit. She's the Queen of Swords in her 3D. So we have 3 swords in her 3D. She's very much, like I said, she's letting her head rule her 3D space. With the swords of the mind, she's letting it rule her 3D space because she is still working on this stuff underneath. You know, it's not that she's not letting the masculine in, per se. It's that she is wanting to work on this stuff. Like, I feel like it feels alone at times. Very much, like, I know the feeling too. Like, it feels alone at times going through this healing and this process because you're like, I usually want to gush to people. I usually want to talk to people. You know, I usually want to be so open in my 3D. But I'm not being open in my 3D. I'm actually kind of, you know, being a Queen of Swords. It's like the feminine is being very careful with what she says and who she says it to. As I just said that very carefully. That is what is going on with her in her 3D. She is being a Page of Swords of keeping an eye on the masculine. Yes. She's not stalking. she's just like keeping an eye on it because she feels all this stuff inside of her. She knows that this stuff is happening inside of her, and she can feel it happening with the masculine too. With judgment here and judgment here. We have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of his overall, for his overall energy, and then we have the Ace of Wands in her headspace. Like, there's some strong mirroring going on with the Tower and the Judgment here, you know, cycles ending, stuff like that. Like, she's being very strategic in her 3D. She's being very careful. You know, she really is embodying the Queen of Swords. She really is in her 3D. She's being very fair and kind, yes, but she's being very emotionally closed off, is what I'm getting. And that's really the only thing to say, is that she's emotionally closed off because she's letting her 3D be ruled by her head. So she's acting very logically. Man, feminines. Masculines. Woo! Alright. What ones do I want? What ones do I feel drawn to? I want my Halloween deck. It's my Halloween Oracle deck by Stacey DeMarco. We're going to pull a couple for the union energies. I'm going to pull two. One for the masculine, one for the feminine, please, Spirit. Cards for the masculine, union energy. No. I want the masculine's overall energy, and I want the feminine's overall energy with this. And then I'll clarify them. Shit. Clear. Oh, man. So I'm going to do, and yeah, I switch up what I'm going to do, like, mid-thing, because it's just, like, what I feel drawn to do. Like, it's like, I might plan on doing that, but with the reading going, it's, you know, going how it's going, it's more like, however the reading goes, and however Spirit's guiding me, that's what I'm following. It's, you know, I literally like listening to my intuition. It's like, nope, I need this because why? Maybe I was planning on this happening, but through the reading, something else has happened. And this other thing in this deck, you know, Spirit's like, no, we need to incorporate this because this is perfect for, you know, the reading or whatever. You know, whatever their decision making is. I don't know. But with the masculine's overall energy, we have ghost, regret. So this is why I think he's still in his 3D as a page, because there's still this underlying regret that's happening. There's still some stuff that he's still working through. But he's being very victorious about it. Even though it's as his overall energy, you know, maybe he's regretful about just, you know, not taking an opportunity, you know, to call you or reach out or something, you know, and for the feminine's overall energy, we have winter, the sacredness of pausing. So this is really what I'm feeling from the swords. And also, I believe the swords represent winter, the season of winter. So that's why I really feel like the sacredness of pausing with this. The feminine's overall energy is like just pausing, taking this time out within the 3D to go within and to hold off on anything, you know, it's going to drain her too much. Basically, like, jeez, Spirit. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm going to get one more. I'm going to pull one more card for the union energy. Here we go. Oh, God. I'm going to pull one more card for the union energy. Immediately, this flips out for the union energies. Graveyard, unnecessary fear. There's nothing else I can say. That's it. That's the end of the reading. There's unnecessary fear for both the masculine and the feminine. That's what's going on in their union energy, is just unnecessary fear for both of you. Trust me, I know I'm chicken shit as a feminine. I will admit it. I'll be the first to admit it. Because it's kind of funny is that, like, before, like other people that I have been with, I never have gotten nervous around them the way that I get nervous around my masculine. Like, I get so awkward and so nervous. Like, I'm so clumsy. And it's just like, oh man, it's just like nobody's made me ever feel that way, that like, and it's like, I know that, like, that's why part of me, I know it's a special connection, and I know that I have this unnecessary fear, and I feel like all y'all have this unnecessary fear still, too, because feminines, you know, you're still blocking yourself off in your 3D, with your other emotions. You're only staying in your headspace, you're only allowing your head to lead your emotions, you're not listening to your heart when it comes to 3D, and, you know, that's unnecessary fear. You're afraid of your heart, basically. And with the masculines, he's got ghost, regret, maybe something that's happened between you guys in the past, you know. Maybe he said something that wasn't so nice. Maybe he acted in a way that wasn't with integrity. You know, whatever it was that transpired between you, or at least in his past, because it really is ghost, regret. I really feel like it's part of his past. It's something with that. It might just be the last remnants of that karma that's ending, that's coming out of him. But he's really feeling this, like, fear still. He's working on it. He's definitely working on it. But, like, that one last bit is unnecessary fear. It's unnecessary fear that he's working through. And I feel like that's what you're working through also. Well, I know it's what you're working through also. It says it right here. Spirit literally has told us. But, yeah. This has been, damn. All right, I kind of actually want to get a Kipper card. I'm going to get a Kipper card for graveyard. Yeah, the union energy. I want two cards, please, for the union energy. Clarification of the, or any more additional messages. For the union energy, spirit, please, 2 cards. Two more cards, please, spirit. 8, false person. Unnecessary fear, somebody's still wearing a mask. I'm putting it over here because this is obviously the feminine. Like, I immediately, like, I put it here and spirit was like, oh, hell no, that's her. That's literally what I heard. It's like, oh, hell no, that's her. It really is. Feminines, you're holding in this. Number 8s could be of significance. But feminines, oh, okay, 2 came out. I'm not going to take them. I don't feel like it. I don't feel it. 1, please, spirit. I'm not taking 2. 1, please, spirit. Thank you. Privileged lady, number 12. 12s or the number 3 could be of significance. 12 and 8 add up to 1, 2, and 8 add up to 11. So, wow. So I feel like there's this. This is where the fear is coming from. Okay. Man, at the bottom of the deck is bad health, number 31, could also be number 4. But really, also, 4s are for about stability and bad health. What this is telling me, and what this was already telling me, this is just confirming it and emphasizing it, is that this unnecessary fear goes back to the masculine being scared shitless about the feminine. Because this isn't just the main female, which is my divine feminine card in this deck. This is the privileged lady. This is a, like, smoking hot babe, basically, that he's seeing her as. And it's really, like, privileged lady. It's almost like unattainable. He's seeing her almost as unattainable. And that's part of where his fear is also coming from, is that she's so... I know, like, a lot of readers have been getting the masculine as, like, really putting the feminine on a pedestal. And so I feel like this is where it's kind of embodying that, is that the fear of all this, what's holding him back, is that he has kind of put her on a pedestal of being like this unattainable like person. Like, she's educated, she's stable, she's beautiful, like she's smart, she's quirky, she's in herself, you know, she's well off for some of you. But in the feminine's energy though, because I feel like this is the branch of the unnecessary fear is what this is. This is the masculine's fear. This is the feminine's fear. You're scared that he's not what he appears. You're scared that this connection isn't what it seems. You're scared that that mask is going to come off and you're going to be revealed for who you truly are. For some of you, your true colors are going to come forward, and you're really afraid about how you're going to be received. You're really afraid about how you're going to be received to the masculine, you know? And that's why you're kind of like being very strategic in your 3D. You're being very strategic. And bad health on the bottom of the deck for these two really tells me that this is, this is the reason it's holding this relationship back. This is the reason it's holding the connection and the union back, is that these unnecessary fears are holding you guys back. It's holding the feminine and the masculine back. It's this unnecessary fear of, you know, she's out of my league, or he's not what he appears to be, or this isn't real. This is all in my head. You know, whatever it is. And, you know, those are the things that Spirit is really wanting you to know right now. So that's the reading. That was really great. That was really beautiful. I love this. Feminines, masculines, you're doing amazing. You're doing fantastic. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Helps us out, helps me out, helps the channel out. And yes, I will see you all later for the next update for you know, the next call from Spirit basically that I get. So everybody have a beautiful, wonderful, and prosperous day. Namaste. Blessed be. Bye, guys.